Hello, drum school and drummer friends. It's Alan here. Hope everybody's keeping well. Okay, we're in the Rock School Grade 1 talk through series. I think actually in introduction to one of these I said play through. Yes, we have playthroughs, so just check those out first before you come to these talk through lessons. Just remember, these are very short. We're just doing the overall structure, some of the sections, general approach, where to start working on the pieces, and any new technical issues. And just for now, we're going to look at Billie Jean. It's on page 22 of your grade 1 book, that famous track by the legendary Michael Jackson. I also said that one of the pieces, Queen's song, I Want to Break Free, was probably going to be one of the shortest talk-throughs or shortest lessons that I'll ever do. I think this is going to follow in the same way, because essentially we have our 4 sections, A through to D. But all we're playing is our simple pop rhythm, our simple backbeat rhythm, all right? Tell you what, we'll just do it up to speed. I'll just get the metronome going there. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, a few bars at the start. Now, in saying that, I said this is our simple pop rhythm. From the playing point of view, that is our basic backbeat, and obviously at this stage, I would like to think that all grade 1 drummers should be able to play that. However, the difficulty with doing that is probably going to be the speed. Look at the very start. It says crotchet equals 117. That's what I was playing that at. You need to think, gosh, that is going at a fairly fast rate for grade 1. Okay? So what I would suggest is that you peg that back a little bit. Get used to playing the pattern again, and also just following the page. Because actually, one of the other difficulties with this is I find students, they get lost. Because all the bars, they're just all the same. Okay? Basically all the same until you get to section C. But certainly, first page up to the top line of the second page, it's all the same. So just do it slowly. Peg that back, a good bit, maybe to about this sort of speed. And just get used to playing your way through it, literally. Okay? And then work your way down. Take your time. Try to stay a good, steady tempo. And then gradually over time, you're going to increase that. All right? But before you do that, let's look at section C. Just another quick reminder, we're not going to go into too much detail on hi-hat technique here. I'm going to do a separate lesson that's going to cover all the hi-hat techniques that you're going to encounter at grade 1. Okay, so I'm going to do that as a separate lesson because that's an easier way to do it rather than separating these out. So you need to check that out. It's going to be in the same batch of lessons that this is. So it'll just say grade 1, all the hi-hat techniques, or something to that effect. Okay, so anyway, we're going to play this slowly. Then we're going to keep playing it slowly until we get to section C. All right? Section C, if you haven't encountered this before, is a little repeat section. So you got a thick line, thin line, double dots, and then at the end of the repeat section, you got your double dots, thin line, thick line. You see that in some of the technical exercises, and that simply means repeat. Just repeat it once, but just means repeat, okay? So there's 4 bars in section C that need to be repeated before you move to section D, okay? So anyway, we're in section C. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to play it slowly. And as I say, I'm just simply going to play the open hi-hat. We're not going to get into too much discussion about that. We're going to do that as a separate lesson in the other video that you need to watch in relation to this, okay? So let's do it slowly again. Section C. So there's that busy bar there where you're opening the hi-hat on the end of 1, the end of 2, the end of 3, and the end of 4. So, as I say, we're going to get into how to play that, and we'll probably do that in particular, because that's one of the busiest hi-hat opening bars in, I think, the whole of grade 1. And especially whenever we're doing it up to speed, okay? Again, there's our tempo. Okay, we'll do it up to speed this time. And the repeat. Okay, but work up to that slowly. All right, you might want to peg that back. I think I was maybe doing that about 95 or 100 BPM just to get used to the feel before you try to do it up to speed and with the backing track. So anyway, that's the first page, top of the second page, and section C with the repeat. We're into section D that starts off with a crash. Okay. And then we're back into our pop rhythm again. So we'll do it slowly. To the end. All right? So it's just that repeat rhythm right to the end and finishes on a crash. Okay? If you haven't come across, if you're looking at this and you haven't come across that little V above the notes, I think most of us know at this stage that just means an accent. So we're playing it a bit louder, not too much louder, but a little bit louder than the rest of the notes. So obviously, playing the crash, we want to give it just a little bit of oomph, don't we? A little bit of an accent. Okay. Also, just remember that coming from C into D, we're going to leave that hi-hat open until we get to the second quaver in section D. All right, so you're coming out of C, going into D, and that's it. All right, so that's Billie Jean. I did say that these were short talk-throughs. Remember the hi-hat technique, which is very prominent in this piece. I'm going to be showing you how to work on the various grade 1 hi-hat techniques in a separate lesson. I look forward to seeing you there whenever you go to that lesson. It's going to be in the same batch as all of these grade 1 short talk-throughs. Okay, so we'll see you there.